Good evening. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. As we speak, Treasury Consulting is a multinational headquartered group based out Singapore. And we are a multinational hedge fund who have exposures in US, Europe, and Asia. Apart from that, our fund do take positions in currency and commodities, and probably would be adding more asset classes in near future. But like I said many times, our fund is a proprietary fund, which means no third party, whether you are a private equity firm, you are a venture capitalist firm, or probably you are a venture debt firm, or maybe any other hedge fund. You cannot invest capital in our fund. We are 100% proprietary in nature. And this ideology of Treasury Consulting Group would continue forever. Our fund would continue to expand, would continue to add new asset classes, but we will continue to be proprietary. Before I continue, I would like to inform you that our OTT platform, over-the-top platform, TRFX Academy, is now very closer to 200 videos. Very closer to 200 videos. And slowly and eventually, we are committed to our target of roughly 500 videos by December 2022. Of course, we do agree we are not as big as we have Amazon, Netflix, Disney Hotstar, but our journey is definitely modest, but our ambition is definitely not modest. Thank you very much. You know, guys, I started my company in 2016. 2016 is a time when whatever business model you hold at that point of time, you get the funding. I remember in 2016, we were having the time when the only negotiation was you are asking for 1 million of funding and you get 700K. This was the only negotiation at that point of time. I left as a corporate treasurer of American companies, and like I did told you, I dealt with almost all banks of the globe. You name Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Citi, Deutsche, Barclays, RBS, RBC, I would say JP Morgan Chase, Standard Chartered Bank, UBS, almost everybody. And I was approached by many financial firms who would like to invest money in our firm, but we were adamant, even in 2016 and even in 2022, when we are near about 6 years, that we will not go with any form of funding. Rather, we would continue with our own capital. Probably it may start up as a modest journey, but eventually we will reach, and thanks to God we did that. But now the same startup model is getting exposed. And of course, I myself talking about this startup model since the last almost 4 years. And initially in 2018, when I started talking about that, people were laughing. Rather, they were writing on the social media that Give these companies few years and they would perform, and now you know how they perform. Today also I got some document from a website called Money Control. You can see that document. You know that I am a person of research and I believe in research. I believe that you have ample of information on Google, provided you know how to handle it. The only thing which we people never do is we never use Google in an efficient way. We continue to rely on the paid media, and end result, this paid media continue to misguide us. But I trust on Google. I print or read lot of articles, information from Google, and trying to make my mind that what exactly is happening across the globe, what would be the future course of time. I, personally speaking, never rely on media. Yes, I do listen to media, share the screenshots in the public domain, but I never rely on the media. If I go with the paper, which I did download it from the Google, the heading is Lido Learnings, 1200 workers cut loose abruptly over video call yet to receive January salary. Nowadays, it has been a trend in the startup model that you will not give them a notice period. So you will not make any town hall, you will not come in the public domain. What you do, you will have a video call. And in this video call, you will say that please don't come from tomorrow. Or probably we are winding up, do not come from tomorrow. Or you are asked to resign, basically forced to resign. This is a new trend which has established in the Indian startup. But the corrupt media of India has reached the level of corruption that they will not cover this. And like we have CNBC TV 18 channel known as Young Turks. If you look at this channel, you will feel that everything is going good in the Indian startup story. And probably all startups are not less than the Apple Inc. But the reality is completely different as compared to CNBC TV 18. Because CNBC TV 18 practically is generating a hype. But now Indian media is in big trouble. And the trouble is the hype which they created around Indian startups. Now this hype is over. And Indian startups are coming to the ground. And now media is in dilemma. And that dilemma is that if they would be letting people know that what the hell is happening, people would be asking that you are the one who made Indian startups Apple Inc. And now you yourself is saying this story coming to an end. If I go with this document, Lido Learnings, which counts Vijay Shekhar Sharma, Anupam Mittal and Roni Screwwala, among others as backers, is yet to pay the salary for the month of January for more than 1200 employees. 1200 employees who were asked to resign abruptly in the first week of February. So January salary, February salary, March salary, April salary, May is almost done, which is 5 months salary, right? January, February, March, April and May. 5 months salary is yet to be given. Earlier this month, the employee received a full and final settlement letter from Lido Learnings, which quoted the final amount payable to the employees, and employees were asked to accept it with digital signatures. The letter dated 6th May had the signature of Sahil Seth, founder and chief executive of Lido Learnings. However, employees have not received anything yet. It means on 6th May, they did received a letter in basically full and final settlement letter, and they haven't received any money till now. The letter didn't mention any date as and when we get our salary, request anonymity. But we had to send it back to HR immediately with our signature. The amount was correct, but we haven't received a single rupee yet. It means 5 month salary yet to be given, plus the severance pay, because in corporate there is a concept called severance pay. Severance pay means that if you are asking any employee to step down because you are winding up the operation, the employee is not quitting, you are winding up the operation, and in case of Lido learnings, they are winding up their operations. So there is a concept called severance pay, but I don't know whether this severance pay is applicable here or not, because there is no public information, but technically speaking, severance pay is applicable. But we had to receive it back to HR with our signatures. The amount was correct, but we hadn't received a single rupee yet. It has been almost 4 months, and it was just unfair for the company not to give our salaries. So this is the EdTech model of India. EdTech stands for Education Technologies. I will make a detailed video on our YouTube channel. You know, from 2018, I am consistently saying that the Indian startup model is a complete fake model. Byju's, who claim to be a $22 billion valuation company. $22 billion valuation company, almost every week they're looking for funding. And they are in losses. White Hat Junior, which they bought, is in huge losses. Unacademy, according to public information, they cut more than 600 jobs. And there are many other edtechs also who cut huge jobs. You know guys, 8,000 jobs cut by the Indian startups in the last 4 months. And this is Lido Learnings. 1,200 plus employees stepped down only on a video call, and they hadn't received 4 months salary. And where is the severance pay? No one knew about this. So no comments. Like I said, Indian media now is in big trouble because they gave a very rosy picture to Indian startups. And now Indian startups is coming to reality, which is creating a big mess for Indian startup, for Indian media. To conclude, if you are thinking that the situation to be resolved soon, then you are wrong, because the layoffs just started. In another 1 to 2 years, you will see tremendous layoffs in the Indian startup sector. Probably few thousands layoffs, I'm telling you. Now this story is going to bust. The worry to me is these startups will get the approval for listing, like Paytm, Zomato, Policy Bazaar, Nikia, Delivery, and many more startups. And they're going to raising the money from the public. And I'm sure that investors would be investing. But I'm not going to be investing a single rupee. Not a single rupee. This is Rahul Magan from Treasury Consulting Group. You knew my personal number 9899242978. I repeat, 9899242978. You know our back office 9818485155. Have a great time ahead.